And we're back, guys, for the Dream is Free episode. I'm not even sure. It's Mike. You guys know that if you watch the show. It's Tony over there behind the switcher. I hope he shows himself. And today I'm joined by an entrepreneur and a friend of mine, Chris Gonzalez. Dude, thanks for joining. You've been here before, but welcome to the show.
Thank you. I wanted to be a cook, but never really took it seriously.
Yeah.
Until I got into the food truck.
The food truck was where you started being able to play around and do stuff.
Absolutely. Having taken all of our savings, how much money we've saved, and decided to open up a Hawaiian type concept here in New York. Mm-hmm. And honestly, it was the best decision we made. You know, because we were able to sort of capitalize a concept and not have too much competition. And we came at the right time with food trucks. Mm-hmm. You know, so it was really clutch.
And we're back, guys, for the Dream is Free episode. I'm not even sure. This has got to be 50, I think.
No, I think it's 48.
48. No, it's 49.
No,
it's 49. 49. It's Mike. You guys know that if you watch the show. It's Tony over there behind the switcher. I hope he shows himself.
Oh,
wow, for the first time in a while. And today I'm joined by an entrepreneur and a friend of mine, and we'll get into how we met. But Chris Gonzalez, dude, thanks for joining, bro. Welcome. You've been here before, but welcome to the show.
Thank you.
At least. So tell the folks where Chris is from. First of all, how's your I don't think we spoke since Thanksgiving. How's your Thanksgiving break?
Yeah, it was very good. Spent time with family.
Yeah.
They came over from the Philippines.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's dope.
good.
It's always good when families.
food.
Yeah, exactly.
Good food. I didn't do the cooking.
You didn't have to cook this time.
No.
Do you ever cook on the holidays?
Oh my God, yes. When I was a chef, absolutely.
They would,
all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Pressure's on me, all the time.
Really?
Yep.
That's funny. I would feel like when you were a chef, they would give you that time
the day
off.
Absolutely.
And then
I thought so too.
Put them to
but
work.
No.
Yeah, pressure's on.
No.
That's tough.
Yeah, that's funny.
Holidays, I'll kick back, relax. No.
No.
You're slaving at the oven.
You actually have to cook even better than you do at the restaurant.
Better than the restaurant.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's easier for your
We want
family.
prime rib.
Yeah.
We want mashed potatoes. We
Yeah.
want
Yeah.
gravy. Got
Yeah, from scratch.
Yeah.
That's funny.
They give me the menu, and I
So were you born in the Philippines?
born and raised. Yes.
So raised until
I left when I was 18.
okay.
Yeah, I left
So
when I was
tell us
18.
what that's like growing up in the Philippines, because I feel like not many people know what that's like.
Yeah, no, honestly, very different. You know, it's very different. It's very, I guess, smaller during that time. You know what I mean? Mentality is just different as well. You know, I feel like
Than growing up in America.
in
you're saying.
America,
Okay.
yeah, absolutely. What I've noticed for sure.
What is the mentality you would say?
Well, over there it's very family oriented more. Here, I feel like in the States, you get to focus more on yourself.
Yeah.
You know, and I feel like you carry your name back home more.
Right.
You know, it's
It's more like I know what you're saying. It's like when you're on a basketball team. For example, for me, when I went to UB, the first thing coach says to you is you're no longer representing yourself. Like you're representing the program.
Yeah.
And the school.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I feel like it's something similar like that. Like you're not just Chris, you're a Gonzalez.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. But no, I feel like I do. What's this called? You get to experience. Well, where I'm at, I guess I get to experience both. You know, where I get it. I get carrying your last name above all. You know, the things that you do does not just affect yourself. You know, it affects the whole clan.
Yeah.
So where here, here I guess here in the States you get to focus more on yourself.
Yeah.
Understand yourself even more, you know, and I guess you get to create boundaries, you know,
Right.
which is very important. You know, back home it's like that's kind of secondary. You never really talk about it or think about it, you know?
Like your own space and your own like quality time or whatever.
Where you want to,
What do you
want to,
right?
Where
What do you
want to go?
What are you actually thinking?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
You know, before I even became a chef, back home it's like,
Yeah, what was it?
You want to be a chef? Like,
Yeah.
you want to cook for people?
You did want to back then? You were thinking about that then?
Yeah, I did, but the stigma was, you know, especially being surrounded by super successful like family member. That was like, I didn't really.
What are your
wanna-
family members like? They're just like lawyers and doctors type
Yep,
stuff. Yeah.
lawyers.
Yeah.
Like big business.
Yeah,
people,
yeah.
And so
So it's like you got to go that route more. So if you're gonna, that's the pressure. That's like
that is the pressure.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And I feel
What are
like
you
for
talking
me-
about?
Yeah,
Cooking.
exactly. Yeah. Exactly. Like,
Wait, you mean at home you're gonna be cooking and then you're gonna or go out to a restaurant and meet the chef?
yeah.
No, that's crazy.
Yeah.
So that was like you're 18, 17, you're in high school and you're thinking about being a chef. What are your parents saying? Like
Honestly, I never even brought it up.
wow.
Never
'Cause you
even. So you
couldn't?
just kept it in,
Yeah.
And for me, I feel like, because I was a little bit embarrassed of it, I never really brought it up.
So what'd you do instead?
Just kept it in.
Yeah.
Just kept it in. Dropped out of school. Tried to figure out what I wanted to do in life, and was just spent most of my time just partying.
Yeah.
Trying to figure out, I guess, a more appropriate career.
Yeah.
While,
Like one that's like makes you actually happy too.
Yeah.
I know. Yeah,
So,
it's tough.
Yeah. No.
So when did you come to the States? 18?
I actually first moved to Canada, Vancouver, BC.
Eh?
Yeah, But I spent about 3-4 years there. Finished high school late.
Yeah.
Finished high school late. Tried to do college. So what the fuck? I'm gonna do this again.
Yeah.
No, thank you.
Yeah.
And right after that, I ended up moving to Las Vegas.
Wow.
Yeah. Gambling, playing poker, messing my life up a little bit
Yeah.
more.
Yeah, just partying, going a little too much. That's it, but that's like soul searching.
Yep,
Everybody has to go through
absolutely.
stuff like that. I feel like
Absolutely.
in their own way to either be better or, no offense, like you're just gonna be a loser basically. Like either you choose the left or you're right, and then it's like you're gonna be successful or not. If you're gonna, because I've hit a certain rock bottom in life, and it's like you gotta look at yourself in the mirror and be like, what the fuck happened?
Yeah.
It's okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
We're gonna get through it. Do you want to actually change?
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, okay. All right, so let's fucking do it.
Absolutely. Honestly, like all of that, like bad decisions left and right, I would say really contributed to the way that I do think.
Now.
Yeah. Now I feel like I've almost seen it all, where nothing really surprises me when bad things do happen.
Yeah.
And as I'm going through all the things that I am learning or getting into,
Yeah.
it's
It doesn't affect you emotionally
No.
as much, which is the best. You don't want that to happen. You understand bad things are gonna happen.
Yeah.
The emotions I can control.
Absolutely.
Yeah, because the emotions are where it's where stuff gets crazy.
Yeah.
You could get sick from being anxious
Oh, absolutely.
and depressed. Like
Absolutely.
physically sick.
Oh,
People
absolutely.
don't even think that's real. Tony doesn't think
People
that's real.
don't. Yeah.
I think what's real? Anxiety and
Exactly.
depression?
So you're not even listening.
No, I was, but that's like a ridiculous statement, dude.
No, I said you don't believe that anxiety and depression can cause physical illness.
That's not true at all.
I know, I was making a joke.
Well, you're not funny, obviously. I don't tell you.
I am funny.
No, you're not.
Growing up though, I
Self-proclaimed.
never even thought about anxiousness, depression,
Right.
and all
Yeah.
that stuff.
It's what
It's
is
just-
that's-
exactly?
yeah, I know.
What is this?
Especially, I wasn't born in Bulgaria, but I feel like I was raised in Bulgaria at my house.
Yeah.
So it was like very foreign, very different than my American friends. And like, what's that comedian's name? The Italian?
Sebastian Maniscalco?
Sebastian Maniscalco does a great skit on his father, Italian father from Italy, and just like about emotions and talking about stuff and how his
Yeah.
wife's family is all about, it's okay. As long as you didn't get hurt, we can replace things. And it's like his dad was just like that, like
He's talking about he's like 10 years old. He broke his bike. He
Yeah.
came home, and dad's freaking out.
yeah, it's so funny. So like that's how I was raised. Like there's no, you can actually be replaced.
Yeah.
It's basically like mindset. Like you are replaceable. You as a human. Like don't break shit. Don't lose shit. Don't fuck up.
Yeah. No, absolutely. That's very hard to live. Sort of always having that constant. notion.
Especially when you're a
It's not
kid. You're gonna make mistakes growing up, no matter what. Even when you get older,
Yeah.
that's not gonna stop. So to like have a kid think that way early on, it's like no bueno. You
Yeah.
got to just let them make mistakes, be there for them when they make the mistakes, then teach them how to
And guide them.
Yeah.
I feel like guide them through like what you did wrong and just break it down. So
Exactly.
that you make better decisions in the future.
You're right,
You know what I mean?
which is what Vegas was for you.
Yes. Yeah. Vegas,
How long were you there for?
about 3 years.
And in those 3 years, by the end of it, what made you stop? What made you want to? Because then the next was the food truck, right?
After Vegas, I moved to New York to go visit. So I hit rock bottom actually
Right.
in Vegas. You know, I lost all my money gambling one night. Literally, it was like
One night.
one night,
Yeah.
one brutal
This
night.
one epic night.
that's supposed to do it, I guess.
Yeah.
Literally,
Like,
gambled rent money. Had to sort of walk home, like a brutal walk home. It was like a 3-mile walk home. Only thing I had left was my plane ticket to go see my mom for Christmas. Only thing I had left. Roommates were pissed off, like, yo, rent's coming up. Just, you know, at that point, I thought I hit rock bottom.
Yeah.
You know, I'm just like, fuck, like,
Yeah.
what the fuck am I going to do now? Like, now I'm about to go see my mom. Nothing in my pocket. Only thing left.
Yeah.
But no, I think all these things, you know, I feel like during the moment, you're just so focused on, like, wow, like, what the fuck am I going to do? you
Yeah.
know? But no, here I am now, and it's crazy. And
It's true. It's you feel like there's no way out at first,
Yeah.
you know. And I always think of people when they go through, you know, because I've been through it. It's just you know, and people who are about to go into it, I would tell them it's just one. It's literally I love baby steps.
yeah.
I think they're my favorite things in the world because they add up. They add up eventually, you know. So it's like when you're doing stuff that, and it's hard to break a habit, you know, especially a lot of habits that you know, for me, for example, you know, habits that weren't healthy for me. So, and were energy draining and not allowing me to be my best self to anyone, even myself. Forget the people around me. I was being shitty to myself. So I always just say, take baby steps towards being better. Like, you know, a lot of people think you just have to do it right all cold turkey or whatever, but
That's very true.
you got to do it.
Very true.
You know, obviously, if it's sobriety thing, that's something you got to do right away.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
but it's gonna suck, and everybody doesn't realize it's gonna suck, but it has to suck.
Yeah. Yeah,
To
it
be
has to
better.
suck. Exactly. The only way you're actually going to, I guess, measure it, right? Measure things in life is how bad things can be can only reciprocate how good things can actually be. That's literally like, you know, if you
Yin and
actually take a
yang.
look.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So when you got to Christmas time, what happened?
So
What are we doing? What were you thinking? Like, what am I? You told your mom what's going on, or did you not?
only towards the end. You know, my mom didn't know I lived in Vegas at that time.
She thought you were in Canada
Wow.
still?
She still thought I was in Canada still.
Wow.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah, that is.
You know, during that time too, I would the new technology just came out where you could sort of change your phone number location when you're calling.
Yeah. So you change it, get to
change it,
Canada.
just, you know, trying to get my story straight.
Yeah, that's funny, dude.
But towards the end, she dropped me back off at the airport. Called her back. It's like, listen, can you pick me back up?
Yeah.
I got something to tell you. I actually had it was a round trip flight that I had, so
Yeah.
dropped me off over
Yeah.
there, and I turned around, sat back in the car. I'm like, okay,
This is what's going
this
on.
is what's going on.
Moms
you
are the
know.
best, right?
And she was
Yeah.
so surprised. She's like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I bet.
What the hell?
Yeah.
But it was good, you know. It definitely started a new chapter again in my life. I was able to sort of, you know, just sort of start fresh.
Yeah, like
again.
bury it's all the weight of the
Yeah,
world off your
literally,
shoulders. And
weight was lifted.
Yeah,
It
like a
definitely felt
new
lifted.
fucking start.
Exactly.
Fresh beginning.
Absolutely.
So
So,
you-
during that time too, I actually had no paperwork still. You know,
As a citizen of the United
citizen
States.
of the U.S.
Cool.
You know what I mean? So
That's funny.
yeah, no. So got there. I only had my tourist visa at that time,
Okay.
and you know, I still had.
How
to
long do
figure
those
things out.
last?
I had
Depends
a
on-
10-year one.
Oh, shit.
Oh, wow.
I had a 10-year one. But during that time, I think I only had like 2 to 3 years left.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
In
So,
time. The movie.
Yeah. No, and yeah, it's funny. One of my the second night, I was like, all right, what am I gonna do? You know what I mean? You know, I can't just not do nothing here in the States. too. So, yeah, I went on Craigslist, looked for a job. And actually, that job was this restaurant in Purchase, New York, and that's basically where I got introduced to sort of the restaurant scene, and before that, in Vegas, I actually started a small, promotions company with a bunch of friends. That turned into shit with the gambling, with just the lifestyle.
Right.
I was literally not seeing nothing. But here I had to humble myself. I'm like, all right, I have no paperwork. They're not gonna hire me. But you know what? They ended up hiring me. Started in the bottom, and from there, just worked my way all the way to, just worked my way from every position. Made myself very, I guess, indispensable. You know the ins and out. Ended up, learning a little bit at the back, mostly the front. And that's actually where I met my wife.
Really?
Nicole, yeah.
Was she working there too?
Yeah, she started. She was a hostess.
Oh wow.
Yeah, she was a hostess at that time. And
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah.
So was she just a hostess? Were you and then like did you guys just like right away you opened up the front to see the front area and you saw her and you guys locked eyes?
Well, that was from my perspective.
Yeah.
Like, oh, wow, who is this?
Yeah.
Who is this?
Yeah.
And and from there we were working together. So we ended up actually managing the restaurant together, and it became like multiple locations. And then from there we just manifested this relationship, and and then we would have we just got really close.
Yeah,
we got super close. We were friends for about 3 years before we started dating.
Like making it official, yeah.
Yeah. Actually,
How did it become official? Did you?
Actually, I ended up having to leave the restaurant. The restaurant was actually about to close, right? The restaurant was about to close. It was just the ownership at that time. We might have to bleep out the restaurant's name.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. Don't worry.
But the restaurant ended up basically getting over leverage from like the other restaurants that they were opening. So it affected one restaurant was failing, and it was all under one LLC. So it all had to sort of move around, and numbers started getting fudged. And from there, literally, actually, I was able to see like what happens when you have too many things under an LLC. So this is I guess a learning lesson too, right? To sort of establish different cash flows for different LLCs.
Right.
Because I've seen an entire empire from this guy, like all the way from the top, having 2 Ferraris, fucking mansion in Greenwich, to losing it all, right? Because of the system that he sort of created.
Right.
But so he ended up having to close down, and so we sort of separated a little bit, Nicole and myself, and eventually they got together again, and they called us to go start it up, and we ended up having to go to Hawaii. Actually, no, let's backtrack a little bit. Sorry.
No, it's okay.
So they put us together again to establish a restaurant. And during that time, the guy was actually getting sort of different clients from hotels and all that stuff. So they had one in Hawaii that was opening up. And they wanted Nicole to go and for me to stay during the time. And we just started our relationship.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, either you let me go to Hawaii too and help open up the restaurant with them, or I'm going to quit.
Yeah.
Wow.
So they're like, okay, you can go.
Yeah.
But before we actually left, Nicole and I decided to get hitched. And so 3 days before we left for Hawaii, we got married.
Really?
Yeah.
That's so sick. What the freak?
Yeah, and then we spent about 2 years over there.
When was that? What year was that?
That was before before Hapa. So what year was Hapa? 2015. So 2013. I believe. 2013. What was that right? 2013. Yeah, I believe it's 2013. Yeah.
Wow. So then you got married. You didn't tell anyone?
No, actually, it was just my just brother-in-law and my sister. That was it.
as witnesses or
as
whatever.
witnesses.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
that was it. We spent it in Central Park, and that was it. Yeah.
Nice. Did you guys eventually have a like with the family, a little celebration?
No, actually, yeah, just indoor party. Just party at the house.
Yeah,
and whatnot.
exactly.
That
yeah.
was it.
Cool. I like that.
We
That's
just kept it really small.
Yeah.
Really low key.
Yeah.
We're not extravagant.
Right.
Too much.
right. I know. I'm one of those people. I'm like, it's a lot to do the whole wedding thing. I think.
Maybe next year.
Yeah.
Maybe next year, our 10-year anniversary.
Oh wow. Yeah. So yeah, you got to do something. So then you did. So how long did you guys stay in Hawaii for to open up the restaurant?
So
Like a year?
we were contracted there for a year, and then I actually ended up working at a food truck over there, and just so I'm like, oh shit, like I like this. This
Yeah.
guy actually just came to the food truck, picked up his cash, and then bounced. Like, all right, that's something I could definitely do.
Yeah.
But I worked at a food truck there. I also worked at a stand next to it, cutting coconuts.
Wow.
Cutting coconuts in the corner. I can show you guys pictures.
Yeah.
Pretty fun.
That's
Pretty
sick.
Yeah, it sounds fun. I'd cut coconuts.
Yeah, I would too.
Literally,
Cool.
it was such a humble, such a chill lifestyle. It was literally right in front of the beach.
Ooh.
A little shack right in front of the beach, next to a food truck shack, and I would work both.
Wow.
And yeah, it was good. It was making by for a
Yeah.
little bit.
Small
Yeah.
commute.
Small commute.
I
Yeah.
actually we had no car there too, so I would run to work every day.
Oh wow, that's nice.
Yeah, right.
So
We
shredded.
would do the beachside run.
Wow.
Let's go.
That's sick. That
So-
sounds like a very, like, fake life. You know.
Yeah,
Almost like you're. It's like a video game dream type
Yeah,
thing.
no,
It's
definitely.
cool. Was it? What were you guys doing in the? Were you the back of the house more? Were you the front? As you guys?
I actually started more front of the house.
And how'd you get into the cooking then?
I guess it went
The
back
food
to my
truck?
childhood. You know what I mean? Just sort of taking a look at like, oh, I wanted to be a cook, but never really took it seriously.
Yeah.
Until I got into the food truck.
The food truck was where you like
Yeah.
started being able to like play around and do stuff. And
Absolutely. Really, yeah. Exactly.
be more free than like a not a real kitchen, but like a restaurant kitchen, I should say, because it's more like morning shift. You have to stock everything and and
Yeah.
it's like there's a lunch rush and a da 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 and a ba ba da.
No, we still did that.
Sorry.
We did that. We
It's
still
not
did
as
that.
intense, so I feel like.
No, no, we it was actually it's actually one of the most popular food trucks in Hawaii.
Oh,
Like
wow.
yeah, so I think it was like one of the best operated in
Where in
the-
Hawaii were you?
in Maui.
Okay.
In Maui, Kanapali.
Cool.
Yeah.
I've been to Honolulu,
Yeah. No, Honolulu is very good food.
Yeah.
scene, for sure.
but I was very young, so I don't really remember. But that's sick. So then, contract ends. Did you guys want to renew, or you guys were done?
We obviously wanted, but since the contract was done, we just decided to stay. So we just ended up like, all right, the work's done, but what are we gonna do? Gonna go
Yeah.
back? We haven't had enough of Hawaii yet, so we
Yeah.
ended up just staying. So so we just picked up just nice jobs over there and just
Live life
lived life very
Yeah.
very humbly,
and relax.
relaxed
chill.
a lot.
Yeah.
But-
What made you guys want to switch it up, and then where'd
Honestly,
you go?
it's too relaxed. It
Yeah.
was too relaxed. It's just that island time.
Yeah.
That island lifestyle. But no, eventually it came to like, you know what, we gotta do more.
Yeah.
We gotta do more. So we ended up having taken all of our savings, how much money we've saved, and decided to open up a Hawaiian type concept here in New York.
Mm-hmm.
Well, in New York. Originally it was supposed to be New York City, but the permits were to opening up a food truck over there was just too crazy.
Yeah. Like
there's
price
like-
wise, or too
Price
many.
wise, so they don't issue new permits. So you actually have to find somebody who has a permit and do business with them.
Oh.
Wow.
And it's like a black market too. So they charge
Really?
upwards of $50,000 and they have to be a named partner. Now this is
Oh my goodness.
So for me, I'm just like, well, that's not gonna work.
That's trash.
You know what I mean?
Wow.
Like we're just gonna expose my investment
Yeah,
to
no.
another individual.
New York
Don't
City's
do that. Some
pretty whack.
rando guy just because he has the permit. Like that's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah.
So could people have filed for those permits without even having like
Yeah,
just to be able to sell that permit essentially?
yes, actually, and the thing is, it was given it was given to veterans, a lot of veterans, right? So they would have all this like almost like a medallion, like a taxi medallion, that the permitting for that.
Yeah.
But yeah, so
Jeez.
yeah, so it takes a crazy amount of time to actually get one. So we decided to just go take a look more north and take a look if there's any like more Filipino community or like a Hawaiian community.
Right.
And there was actually a decent amount in Stanford. And honestly, it was the best decision we made. You know, because we were able to sort of capitalize a concept and not have too much competition. And
Right.
we came at the right time of like food trucks. You know, so it was really clutch. It was really good. You know, the entire community embraced it more than I even imagined. You know, so yeah, so it was definitely life changing having to open up our food truck in Stamford, Connecticut.
How'd you come up with the name?
So in Hawaii, the word hapa, it was actually a term used to describe somebody that's half Pacific Islander. And Nicole.
Cool. So
yeah.
that's because it's Pacific American cuisine, so it's
Exactly.
half.
Half, yeah, but it's to identify your
Ding, ding, ding.
ethnicity. Yeah, exactly. I like to just say, you know, you break it down, half, pa, Pacific.
Cool.
So
No, it's smart. I love it. It's a good idea. Oh, look at him go. I knew he was going to get one. That's the one he could play with, though, honestly.
Yeah, that one's dirty and gross anyway.
No, it's not dirty and gross. Yeah, no, I was going to let him play with that one, honestly. I was going to see if he'd like it. Yeah,
I think he does, yeah.
Yeah.
Either that or really hates it.
No, he loves it. Look at him. Anyway, so that's cool. So Stanford,
Yeah.
how long were you doing it before you opened up the restaurant in Fairfield?
So so my expansion came really fast. You know what I mean? Like, so the Hapa concept, the food truck, blew up on its first year. Actually, I was just like, all right, if we make $400 a day, I'll be happy. You know what I mean? We'll be able to sort of scale. On our first year, we were doing about $1,000 a day. So it already
Wow.
blew it out of,
Yeah,
you know.
you already, yeah.
Oh, we were hooked. I was hooked.
Yeah, you were like, ha ha
I
ha.
was hooked.
Da-da-da-da-da-da.
Yeah, I was hooked.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I
That's
no,
funny.
So in the first year we were able to make our money back, you know, from the investment.
Yeah.
You know, and from there I was just money hungry. You know what I mean? Lunch and dinner, you know, all the time. And then we also were able to go to certain places and build relationships. So one place that really put us on the map was this place called Beer Garden.
Yeah, that place is great. It's right on the water.
It's right on the water.
Beautiful. A lot of people go there.
Not too much food trucks too. The other food trucks that were out there, they were, you know, they were okay. You know, they weren't. They I guess didn't get into the whole branding and you know, and catering, which is very big. You know what I mean? So when we started that, we were doing it right. We had a whole team. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We had a whole team, and it was really good. It was really fun. You know what I mean? The first year, we blew it out of the water, and the second year, people were already approaching. Yo, let's do another food truck. Let's do a restaurant. Are you interested? Me too. I'm just like, fuck yeah, I'm interested.
Yeah.
Give it on. Like, let's go. You know?
Yeah.
But that type of mentality definitely came at a cost. You know, I never really knew about, you know, boundaries and, you know, anxiety too much and you know, and then just giving all my energy and not just focusing on, you know, myself.
Yeah.
You know? So I started getting into that,
Like overworking yourself.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Just like.
What's overworking?
Yeah.
You know, I'm just working.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
I'm trying to make a name for myself.
Yeah.
And you know, I don't know when these opportunities going to come again.
Yeah.
You know, and with that type of mentality, definitely came at a cost.
Yeah.
I was
Drained.
I was draining everyone. You know, I was actually pissed off at everyone for not keeping up with my hunger and getting it. You know, and it was like it's what I expected with everyone too. So
That's crazy.
yeah.
Yeah.
You know, especially I feel like when you break it down, sort of where I've been and I'm trying to make a name, trying to make a career, you know, something that I could show, you know.
Yeah.
And so So second year we decided to go in partnership for a restaurant called Miro, where we met.
Miro Kitchen, right?
Yeah, Miro Kitchen.
Real quick though, before we get into that, since you're a
Yeah.
successful food truck owner, I've always wondered what is because have you seen the Netflix show or movie Chef?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, so, like,
definitely.
you know,
it was the same time too.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
okay, cool.
it
Yeah,
was the
actually,
same
technically,
time.
yeah, you're right because it's like 2015 that came
Yeah,
out.
yeah.
16
So
or whatever.
everybody who watched it, every time they go to the window, and he's
Yeah.
like, "Yo, have you seen Chef?" I'm
Yeah.
like, I'm living it.
yeah. That's so
That's
funny. I've always wondered, like, what is like maybe the most challenging thing about getting it started, like a food truck, besides like let's say you have like scratch the food, like let's say you have a thing that you're good at, and you want to do it on the food truck. Is it just getting the food truck that's the hardest, or I would?
You know what? I just winged that part. You know.
How so?
Honestly, having a team too, which now I absolutely appreciate, but back then I was so sort of just like, yeah, sounds good. You know what I mean? It wasn't really observant of sort of what other people were sort of contributing to my,
Right.
to my whole sort of dream and idea. But no, it was most difficult thing I would say is starting up. I guess would be narrowing down your concept, and really thinking about like how does that play in the design of your truck? You know what I mean? I never really thought about that.
The design of
The
your
design
truck.
of my truck based out of my menu and knowing what my flow was going to be. Now I just like designed a menu that I know was going to work because, we took popular dish items, burger, tacos, rice bowls, break it down. You know what I mean? And these are popular concepts. Let's all fit that in the truck.
Yeah.
Which was a total shit show.
Yeah. Yeah.
Total shit show.
Yeah.
But we made it work. We absolutely made it work in the truck. But it's definitely something that I do suggest narrowing down first is what you want to do,
Right.
what you want to serve,
Right.
and then from there you try to think about a functioning design.
Yeah. No, it's cool. I've always loved the food truck concept. I feel like it's. 'Cause I've worked in the restaurant. My stepfather owned a restaurant.
Yeah.
Like I know all about the restaurant business, but I just think I'm a guy who likes to keep moving around and stuff. I like that freedom of like, let's go here today,
Yeah.
and then like, let's go over there.
It absolutely. I actually always do suggest scaling small, and then from there be able to, be able to grow. But instead of taking on this big thing and failing, which could hit you a lot harder. At least with
Right.
the food truck, if a concept doesn't work too, you could scrap. I'm not saying you can't do that with the restaurant, but it costs a lot less.
Yeah.
It costs a lot less.
Which takes us to the restaurant, which is Miro Kitchen, where we met.
Yeah.
Tell us about that.
That was also another shit show.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, I didn't see it from my end, to be
so
honest.
for me too, being this third world, like no business background,
Yeah.
no contracts, handshake, you know
Yeah.
what I mean? And this is again one of the strong points that I've sort of realized for myself. What went wrong, right, with this restaurant? It was definitely like my lack of communication. My lack of communication to my team, to my business partner as well then, and sort of just taking the helm. Like this is a restaurant that that I'm able to sort of create, but instead I was just too focused on sort of pleasing everybody, and that ended up having to close. After 7-8 months, even though we got reviewed by the New York Times, 3 out of 4 stars, we were busy. But again, we just let personal things affect the business.
Yeah.
And during that time too, I was running the food truck, running the restaurant, and just taking it day by day instead of actually like planning and just forecasting and having a system and a plan, and a plan.
Right.
So, but no, I would say Miro was for me my first business mistake. Where I that experience made me realize like no, I have to know all these business fundamentals.
Yeah. So you don't have to like rely on someone else or anything like that type of thing, or
Stop relying on someone else.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you know, if you don't know something in this day and age too, we have the ability to know it.
Yeah.
You know, go get help, go get attorneys, go get, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You shouldn't be doing all these things on your own.
Yeah.
You know, and
It may cost a little bit up front, but it saves you a bunch on the back end.
oh, absolutely. Which is at the end of the day, that's, you know, when you create your operating agreement and all that stuff, and you get your partnership agreement in order, like that's what that is. You know, I never did not do any of that. You know, because I thought a handshake deal and an agreement would be binding.
Yeah.
And it's funny, I actually hear this a lot with a lot of you know, new businesses that are out there. You know, that I get that I am sort of talking to now.
Yeah.
You know, it's not sort of the things that they prioritize, which is crazy now that I think about it.
Right.
You know,
Like
and
you think-
you shouldn't be doing business with people in the first place if they don't want to put things in paper.
Yeah.
You
I
know?
know. Yeah. It's sketchy.
Super sketchy.
It's a red flag.
It's an absolute red flag.
Yeah.
And this is again just comes down to this is what our boundaries are. You know
Yeah.
what I mean, and we must everybody should respect our boundaries.
Yeah. No, it's dope. It's good that you like look back at Miro as a good learning lesson for you, you know, rather than just, you know, it was, like there were still positives. Like you said, it was busy. I worked there. I was
Yeah.
a server. It was fucking busy.
Yeah.
A lot of people loved it. It was always busy for dinner. You know what I mean? It wasn't like those restaurants that, you know, for the first 2 months or whatever, they're popping because it's new.
Oh, yeah.
And then it fades out. It was like,
Yep.
no,
Yeah.
we're going. So the food was so good too. Like I hate that people haven't. I can't believe it was only that long. I felt like it was open so much longer because I know so many people that ate there. People years later, like outside of UB, like so I was at UB. I just got to UB when I was working there. So this is post talking about when I talk about Miro Kitchen. I'd be it'd be like that's the granola bar used to be Miro. Like,
Yeah.
oh, I love Miro.
So crazy.
It's crazy.
So crazy.
And it was cool. You guys are smart to, use that name for the town in that sense, because that building technically, I mean, it's not the same building.
Yeah.
My stepbrother's mom, Donut Inn, used to be in that original building next to Miro Farm.
Yeah.
Whatever thing it was. It was
Yeah.
so crazy growing up there, like running in the back.
Yeah.
With the donuts and then going to the grocery store back part area is like so nuts.
Yeah, we
but-
just break. You know, that's definitely part of the formula of creating a concept, I guess. You know what I
Yeah.
mean, where you sort of break it down to what the community sort of can connect
Yeah.
to. But I feel like now we agreed to Miro to be the name, but it didn't actually align to what our concept.
Well, yeah, you guys are Hoppa.
Absolutely.
I know you guys should have. I always wondered why you
It was
weren't.
it was such a mess.
Yeah.
I was just people pleasing my
Yeah.
team, people pleasing my business partners
Yeah.
then, and honestly, this are the things. But like when we did agree to Miro, it caused resentment also from my team. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? What are you now? You're serving like what connection does Miro have to your ethnicity,
know.
like to your concept?
I know.
Now you're just people pleasing again.
Yeah.
You know, and that's definitely one thing that another learning lesson that I'm here now. You know what I mean? Experiencing and understanding, and I do preach, you know what I mean, in regards to sitting down and actually understanding your boundaries, you know what I mean, because and respecting it, you know, it's very important, you know, especially when you're drawing your energy to it and it's your concept, like there should be no compromise, regardless of what your other business, what the money people are bringing in.
Yeah.
You know?
I know exactly. No, I love that information for people out there. So after Miro, it goes south. We don't even have to get into it if you don't want to. Why it went south? What was your move post? Did you just chill for a sec?
No, actually. So right after Miro, we pulled out the truck. You know,
Yeah.
we got out with the truck. It's still busy. Again, the truck was still making more money.
Yeah.
The truck was doing about 600, 700K a year at that
Wow.
point. Yeah, we were doing 700 off the food truck with a 5-6 man team. Yeah, a 5-6 man team. We would just do lunch, dinners, late night parties, 6 days a week. So it was definitely a lot of hours, and other opportunities came. So right after that, I actually started planning the big sort of Hapa restaurant that was going to be ours, right? And now this one's really good. So we were gonna do Hapa Stanford. Literally, it was down the street from where we first vended. So I was already like connected. I'm like, honed in. Like, we're going to do this. I'm gonna fucking,
it's meant to be.
It's meant to be.
This taught me a lot. Like, I'm gonna do it right here.
Oh yeah. Oh, I was so attached to that location too. You know what I mean? I was so attached to that location, and so we started creating our business plan, our financial model. We got just beautiful fucking business plan with our concept, and I was just so excited. I was able to save up about $150K cash of my money. I was able to get other investors as well, and that's it. I was like, all right, damn, we're gonna do it. We're gonna do it, right? And what ended up happening. So we were running the food truck as I was creating a business plan for this. We actually opened up another food truck concept as well called Bun Burger Bun, I believe. No. Sorry, Bang Burger. Sorry, the food truck before was called Bun Burger Bun, right? But we ended up buying that food truck. That food truck, and we created this new concept called Bang Burger. So I'm taking it all. You know what I mean? Just business after business, but honestly, it was like mistake after mistake. Mistake after
With
mistake.
what was the mistake? Give one.
Okay, so
give us one.
Again, me thinking that we are able to do all these things all at once. You know what I mean? Like, the fuck, I'm planning on opening up a restaurant, but I'm here doing another food truck concept while running my fucking other
food truck.
My food truck business that's fucking taking home about $700K. So where is the time?
Like, you couldn't just be happy with that right now and the restaurant.
No, exactly.
I
needed it.
It's like hitting again at the blackjack
Absolutely.
table.
Like,
I love it.
This is the reason why I'm fucking failing. But at that time, I didn't even realize.
Yeah.
And I was also I was pissed off at my team for not fucking keeping up. Why?
Yeah.
Crazy, my expectations, not just for myself.
Yeah.
And
yes, exactly. Like, yours were too. You needed to chill out too.
I absolutely.
Yeah.
So we had. So we were planning this big restaurant. It was going to be the staple Hapa restaurant, downtown Stanford, where all the banks and all that stuff was. So we were able to, estimated project cost was about $400K at that time. Yeah, $400K, right? We already signed the lease. We got all the paperwork. We have everything in order as what we thought. So the first mistake, actually, once we were sort of going through, when we were already getting bids for the construction of the place, it came at $400K. I'm like, all right, that sounds good. We got everything in order. And what ended up happening was the building management, they're a big building corporation, right? And they ended up finding in the contract that we left a portion out that they needed to approve our contractors, right? So my lawyer left this out at that time. And
by accident, or
it was just missed. Like, it said contractor, but it didn't say subcontractor. It had to be approved by the building, right? And for me, I didn't even read the contract.
Yeah.
I have a lawyer.
Why would I
have
need
a lawyer.
to?
Why do I need? You just tell me what I need. So this was already one of my big first mistakes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Was just trusting other individuals again to dictate my business, right? So. So now I'm like, all right, what's it gonna take? What's it gonna take to get this thing building, right? All right, get quotes from the approved subcontractors, right? And I already signed the lease, by the way. I already signed the lease. I already got all that already in order.
Wow.
And what's it called? Okay, so we signed the lease. They found this thing in the contract with the subcontractors. Now I went to go get quotes from these subcontractors, which came in about 50% more. 50% more than what was quoted. So that now I needed to find another like $250,000
to finalize this
finalize this deal. And mind you, I'm already locked into a lease.
Jeez.
Yeah. So locked into the lease, and when the lease started going, I already started paying rent without even finalizing my construction plan.
Fuck.
Yeah. All because this was left out by the lawyer. So I actually ended up firing that lawyer and hiring another lawyer to go after this lawyer, and also negotiating with the building. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, no, it's a total shit show.
Yeah.
All because, again, it all comes down, I'm not, we'll come back to sort of, I guess, what I realized after all of that. So, because there was actually more fuck-ups after that.
Wow.
Right? So as I was starting, I'm like, all right, where the fuck am I going to get $250,000?
Yeah.
Right? So went to banks, I went to my bank. I'm like, hey, listen, I need to go get more money, right? On top of the money that we have, just to get this restaurant going. I even fed these banks like lunchtime. I would bring over food just to fucking court them, right? Just to make the process go.
Yeah.
But really, they got the people in the front, they got no power about that stuff. But so I ended up actually getting introduced to one of the bankers. So, all right, we could, the bank himself is now going to end up lending you money because you have no assets. You got none of this stuff like under your name. But I think I have a private lender. I'm like, oh, cool, introduce us. We ended up getting scammed about $10K from a connection from a bank that we approached. The guy actually ended up getting fired from the bank for doing this.
Yeah.
Right? I'm like, man, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah.
Like, we can't catch
a
no
break.
fucking break. We just want to fucking open a restaurant.
And just make food for people.
And
just chill out.
And then I had...
Wow.
And then we actually ended up finding other investors. Investors came, took a look at the space. Very nice, very nice. Very cool plan. You guys got it all. And I still remember to this day, the investor went up. It's like, are you sure you want to invest all your money in this place, like in this building? I'm like, yeah, like I have it all planned out already. Just come. Anyways, so they ended up, it eventually came to a point where they were interested at the concept of Hapa, but they wouldn't do it in that building. And I'm just like, what the fuck does that mean? I have it all already laid out, ready to go. But so now we basically at the end of the line at this restaurant, it ended up not falling through, where I'm already paying like my profits from the Hapa truck operation. Like now I'm not making any money.
Yeah.
I'm paying rent here.
Yeah.
I'm paying my business.
Yeah, the lawyer
And I
fee.
got this other fucking food truck that like it's like being neglected because I
Yeah.
got all this fucking shit going on.
Yeah.
And honestly at that time too, I started getting to, again, just like, pills and all that stuff, trying to fucking just keep up and
No sleep.
no sleep,
No
and
you time.
oh no, where my
Yeah.
business actually ended up becoming me, which
Yeah.
is a shit show. The business was a shit show already.
Yeah.
Well, at that point, I just trying to do everything, trying to make, infatuated with making a name for myself
Yeah.
and attaining all these things, and while having resentment for my team for not keeping the same pace as me. But so that project, we ended up pulling the plug eventually. Had lawyers draft up like, listen, I'm a small business. Like, what the fuck? Like, can you guys give us a break? It's not like you guys gave us a break with the subcontractors.
Yeah.
Right? You're the reason why we're in this pickle in the
Yeah,
first
if
place.
you just gave me the money, it would be good.
Well, if you just approved my subcontractors, we would have been in construction by now.
Right.
But instead, you guys had to, because this building manager found in the contract that the subcontractors had to get approved. We wouldn't have been in this. I would have had a restaurant in the first place.
Yeah.
It was wild, so
Yeah.
wild. So now I read every line. I read every line.
Yeah.
Every detail, every line of
Yeah.
anything, and and I make sure all the people that I do business now, I let them know, like, listen, you don't want to go through what I've gone through. And
Yeah.
anything that before you put your signature on, make sure you read every line.
Yeah.
Because that was an emotional roller coaster that led me to a very dark path.
Yeah.
And actually one of the reasons why I left my country too, I was a drug addict back home.
Yeah.
One of the reasons I'm like, I got to go make something for myself, and get away from sort of
That stigma.
lifestyle. Yeah. Then that lifestyle, because it's
Yeah.
such a small country.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And honestly, during that time too, like, it was hardcore. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? So, thankfully I had loving, my mom was just like, all right, just fucking, you need to get out of here. Go get out of here.
Yeah.
Go do your thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But,
Moms are the best.
oh yeah, moms are the best.
Yeah.
For sure.
They'll always be there for you, no
Oh,
matter
yeah,
what.
exactly.
No matter what.
No matter what.
It's crazy.
Absolutely.
They could hate you, but they'll be there for you.
Absolutely. yeah, absolutely.
It's so
Oh man,
funny.
I cost my mom so much money too back home.
Yeah.
Oh God, just being in trouble left.
Yeah.
But and then imagine, so yeah, back home doing that, went to Canada, moved to Vegas, not
Yep.
even telling her. So it was literally just a string of all this, like, what the fuck's going on,
Yeah.
guy? So where am I now?
You are.
So
you,
after the Hapa Stanford, what did we do even? I feel like
it didn't fall through. The
yeah,
restaurant.
it did not fall through, and I lost all my money.
Yeah.
I lost my 150K cash.
Yeah.
I lost my other investors' money. Yeah, it was
Lost
because I was
everything.
already paying, and I was paying people up front. You know what I mean? I paid the architect, here, do this. Oh, and I even had a structural engineer ended up fucking me up too for 20K. It's just like, what the fuck? And this is all being funded by a food truck, by the way, right? So I don't even know how that little ass truck was able to finance all my mess ups.
The
Very
little engine that could.
It is the little
The
engine
food truck
that could.
story, though. They should make a second one.
Yeah, right.
Honestly.
Yeah,
We can make it
yeah, no, that.
Yes.
Yeah, that's
We'll make
it.
it.
for a small fee.
Yeah. I'll draw all the
Up front,
illustrations.
of course. We want everything up front.
Up front, everything up front. No, nothing written.
Yeah,
Handshake.
No contracts. No contracts.
Oh, so okay. What'd you do then?
Honestly, I ended up
Because you're not doing the food truck right now.
no.
I can't wait to hear how you got into what you're doing now.
Yeah, so
Tell me.
so yeah, actually, so we kept rocking and rolling with the food truck till 2019. I actually ended up opening up at 2 other breweries, one in New York and one in
Which ones? Can you say them?
so one is in one's Decadent Ales and one is one's Decadent Ales and one is Half Full Brewery.
Half full. I
Yeah,
like half full.
so we sort of helped them up with their kitchen plans and all that stuff.
That's
And
awesome.
when the pandemic ended up rolling through, it got a little crazy because of sort of, all right, you guys have to do this now. All right, there's not enough people. You can't have people inside. All right. It was such a total mess. We ended up having to just like, all right, you know what? And mind you, I'm still dealing with the trauma that was just happening, and I'm still going. So now I have the food truck. I have this food truck. I have this food truck. Oh, you know what? I'm so stupid. After that restaurant, by the way, after this restaurant, I was about to open up another spot in New York. We came up with this cool concept. It was going to be a butcher shop. It came with a food truck as well. Another business endeavor. While I was doing Hapa food truck and while I was working on the 2 brewery concepts. This is all at the same time. This is all at the same timeline. Again, I didn't even learn at that time. I really didn't learn.
from the mistakes.
From the mistakes.
Yeah.
You know, and
You
I
didn't
kept
realize
going.
that was an issue. I feel like, right?
Yeah.
You couldn't even see it.
I was just so blinded by trying to get my next break.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, like it's got to be here soon.
It has to be.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Like if I keep just going, it's gonna be there.
It's gonna exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it was pretty cool. So we drew up this concept called Savage Butcher Shop. It was a butcher, with all the Savage branding that was
Yeah.
coming out there. This is where I feel like the energy of the world sort of when ideas come, so many people actually catch it.
Yeah.
But it's those who can sort of execute on it will be
Yeah.
rewarded with that
Yes.
idea.
Yeah.
But I don't think anyone. It's a beautiful concept that we actually drew up. We were gonna raise cattle and all that stuff over there. It was like upstate New York. The idea was to challenge Boar's Head. You know, because there hasn't been a concept out there that's local
Yeah.
that does these types of meats as well as Boar's Head.
Yeah.
You know, and with all the restaurant connections that we do have, we would be able to sort of outsource our concept pretty quickly.
Yeah.
So, so again, that was happening. I had the 2 breweries opening up, and then I also had Hapa. And during that time, I actually I got heavy into drugs.
At this time right now, wow.
Yeah, at that time right now, just trying to keep up.
What kind? Just like anxiety and shit, like, or like
amphetamines,
uplifting stuff.
Yeah.
Keeping you going.
Yeah, like Adderall, Vyvanse,
Yeah,
and all
yeah.
that.
Focus and
just
fucking go.
focus and keep.
Yeah.
You know, actually, and my Red Bulls and
Yeah.
and all that stuff. But
Should get yourself some Uptime now.
yeah,
They're organic, all natural.
yeah,
Yeah, they are. I swear, they're dope.
No, I'll get to my resume now, which is absolutely such a game changer. But during that time, I actually went to rehab in Kent, Connecticut, and I paused all my deals at that time. My brother flew in, my sister flew in to have a intervention.
Wow.
So I ended up opening up my house door, and guess who's there? My mom, my brothers, my sister,
The whole family.
the whole family, and they're just like, Chris, like, you gotta take a chill pill.
Yeah.
Like, you've been going too hardcore.
Yeah, for
You
like
know.
10
And,
years.
Actually, doctor was already. I actually went to the doctor. They like said there's something up with my pancreas and all that stuff. What do I know?
Yeah,
Right.
Yeah.
Again, for me, I was just so infatuated. I'm like, no, I gotta make a name for myself. I gotta rock and roll. Like this is all that matters, even if it kills me.
Yeah.
Like this was my mentality. Even
Yeah.
if it kills me, as long as I get to make a name for myself.
Yeah.
To that level of what I sort of grew up surrounded by. You know what I
Right,
mean? Successful entrepreneurs and business owners back home.
Yeah.
And again, so I was there for about a month and a half upstate, which honestly, no cell phones, none of that. Man, that definitely, I brought a bunch of books with me, suggested by some people. And honestly, I decided after my treatment there that I was going to stop. I was going to stop this lifestyle.
Mm-hmm.
Stop this whole, whatever it was. Like, I just needed to stop. Take a breather and reevaluate my life because at that point, literally, I guess I was dying.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it was
Did
just.
you drink? Or was that just like a
no.
third option?
You know what? The drinking. Yeah, I was drinking at that time, but it wasn't. Yeah, it wasn't.
It was more like a social type
Yeah, it
of
was
thing.
a
It
social
wasn't your
thing.
thing.
No,
yeah,
it wasn't my
yeah,
thing.
yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean? It wasn't.
Yeah.
My thing. So went to rehab, finished my program, got back home, and decided, all right, I'm not going to do that. I can't do this. Although obviously I need to pay my bills and whatnot, right?
Right.
So I decided to close down one project, which is the upstate New York, because obviously I was based out of Stanford, and I just needed to come up with a system that was close by, and ended up opening up those breweries, and yeah, but even then it was getting me back. It was sort of doing the same thing as I was realizing. I'm like, holy shit, like I'm coming back to this cycle again.
Mm-hmm.
I have to stop. I really have to stop. It's just this kitchen lifestyle, having to be there all the time, and mind you too, my team then, it was just, my team then, one Patrick, he passed away on New Year's. And my other guy, Breeze, he ended up going to jail for something stupid that he didn't do. Right? So it was this whole fucking thing while I'm going through all of this,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? So again, it's just so much things happening in life that was just out of my control, you know, and so all of these situations ended up for me reevaluating my entire life. I'm just like, you know what? And these two, I depended on them a lot. You know what I mean? Like, oh shit, you're over there, I'm over here, and you're over there. So we're going to divide this. While we have our sort of admin team, which was Nicole and Jessica, and we had two to three other guys too. You know, Eddie.
Yeah. Eddie, all right.
Eddie Day?
Yeah.
No way.
Eddie. Whose voice is that?
What?
What? You. I was joking. Like, he hasn't talked in a while.
Oh.
No, I love Eddie. Yeah, he's the best.
You're not
dude.
funny.
Yeah,
I know.
So we
CIM.
so you know, reevaluated all of that stuff was happening, and that's actually what led to me closing down Hapa. I'm like, you know, I need to reevaluate my life. All of this is not good for me. I feel like I'm coming back to cycle. I actually relapsed. And yeah, I actually relapsed again because I'm just like, you know, so I was like extra hard on myself in regards to that. So so I took a break. I'm like, all right, enough's enough. Got myself clean again. And yeah, I started so now where I'm at, got clean, super quiet down my lifestyle. Then COVID hit, which was a little bit of a blessing on my end because it sort of forced everything around me to sort of quiet down and slow down. You know, and over here it was an absolute blessing. I was able to sort of reevaluate and learn so many things in the past 2 years that absolutely changed my life. You know? You know, first things first, I understood myself. What is it about myself and my addiction that I'm so like, that I needed, you know? It was the stimulation and all that stuff. Are there other things out there that I'm able to somewhat substitute that's not going to kill me?
Yeah.
You know, and that's where I got into nootropics and mushroom extracts. And honestly, I feel like my mind is at a higher caliber of thinking than when I was doing all that,
Right.
stuff. So, what else? What else did I get?
COVID.
Oh, yeah.
You had 2 years.
Yeah. So,
A lot of reading, I'm assuming, too.
lots of
Business
reading.
stuff.
Lots of reading. I actually tried coding. Now I had to sort of reevaluate. Like, all right, what am I going to do? Now I need to reassess all the things that that I could sort of do by myself and make a living, you know, and not be so dependent into this sort of culture where I have the system or business where I have to be there all the time, you know. And so I got into a lot of reading. I started reading Kawasaki's book. I finished Kawasaki's book. A lot of self-help books. Kawasaki's books, self-help books. One big one was Meditations by Marcus Aurelius.
I know it.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Absolutely changed my mindset, you know, with everything.
Quieting the mind and stuff. Yeah.
Absolutely.
It's crazy how when people actually think about what their thoughts are,
Yeah.
what's going on in there. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
It's like, whoa.
Oh, for sure. And you know, to even further read into what he's gone through when he was sort of, you know, when he was leading his country, it's insane. You know, the constant death of people around him, you know, and still being able to have a calm mind and make big fucking decisions.
Right.
And then you compare it to your life, you know what I mean? And it's crazy.
Right.
You know. So now that I definitely keep in mind every day. You know what I mean? Like, despite of all the bad things that I've experienced, you know, you gotta ask yourself, like, you know, and be accountable for all of these things.
Yeah.
Everyone, you know, it's very easy to blame everyone, but at the end of the day, I made all these decisions. I was the one who sort of depleted all my energy, and was not really responsible for you know, for taking the right actions to make the right decisions. You know, that was all on me. It was just, for me, I was just blinded on getting there. Not like, hey, how do you get there?
Yeah.
You know, actually. But
working smarter, not harder.
Oh, very, absolutely. So that started all of that. And now, so that was sort of started my thinking and you know, and got that first thing, got that sort of got that part of myself sort of aligned first before I ended up sort of getting into all the stuff that I'm getting into now.
Right.
You know, so right now, I started a small sort of capital group where we're investing in real estate, and now we're investing into other sort of spaces. So, but yeah, but I guess, but yeah, all of that experience led to sort of where I'm at right now, and I'm actually very grateful.
Right.
I'm absolutely grateful. Now, again, like this is, I don't think it was sort of, you have to go through all that to
Exactly.
acquire that
Yeah,
learning.
no.
But, you know, me, I'm very hard-headed. I'm
Yeah.
very stubborn.
I feel like, and the one thing I noticed from you talking is like, when you're not healthy, nothing you do is healthy.
Yeah. No, that's very.
Nothing you
no,
touch
that's
is
very
healthy.
facts. That's very facts.
So like
That's
when
very
you're healthy, it's all blossoming, everything's good in your business endeavors and stuff. But then
Yeah.
when you're not healthy, it's all
It
goes to
affects
shit.
everything. Absolutely.
Just from hearing this,
Yeah. No, absolutely.
which is cool to like
I
know
still
that.
have a hard time talking about.
That's why I
that
love this show
experience,
because
you know
it's
what I
like it helps people get through certain stuff. It's always good to talk about things too. It's healing.
Yeah, actually, this is the first time I've spoken about this like to other people. You know
Word.
what I mean? But everybody, as what they sort of see is that I just sort of dropped off.
Yeah.
The scene.
Yeah.
You know, but man, like.
Well, thank you for sharing that.
Oh
with
yeah,
us,
no,
you know,
absolutely.
and
I
coming
feel
on
like
here and doing it.
you know, I feel like that's sort of what I want to share with people who are starting the businesses and whatnot. You know, to really just slow down.
Yeah.
Slow down in life. It's not a race.
Yeah.
It's not a race.
Right.
You
Like
know?
go see Spider-Man if it just came out with your friends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's what we're going to do today.
Yeah.
You know?
Saturday afternoon.
Yeah, no, I do. And another thing why I love this show too is because obviously, you know, starting a business and stuff. I love learning from people, you know. So it's always interesting. And you know, today I've learned again. You know, read everything.
Yeah.
You know, and slow down. I think is my favorite lesson from it, to be honest, because I have a tough time doing that too. You know,
Yeah.
I've recently just, you know, started resting.
Yeah.
You know, and getting good sleep instead of, you know, waking up early and
Going to bed late.
going to bed late
Yeah.
and doing it again and doing it again. It's like it doesn't last. It's not efficient. You know what I mean?
Sustainable.
Yeah. No.
Is
not
Diddy, is
sustainable.
that Diddy
No,
back
it's
there?
not. No,
I'm
it's
joking.
not. Absolutely.
Diddy on stage is like when Biggie was rapping. Diddy would be like, if I said everything's unstable, you'd be like unstable. That's what it seemed like just now.
I like that.
Thank
I
you.
can do that.
I know you can. You just
Yeah.
did a great job.
no,
Yeah,
absolutely.
I'm actually excited to ask you though. So what would you say? You could. I'll ask two for the book. One, what you're currently reading, and what's one of those books when you were at rehab
Yeah.
in Kent, Connecticut.
Where is Kent, Connecticut?
It's like 2.5 hours away.
Upstate.
It always makes me
Yeah.
think of the Eminem skit on his like albums. He'd always be like, "I'm Ken Kniff from Connecticut." Yeah, and he'd be like, "You want this, Eminem?" And Eminem would be like, "What are you talking about, dude?" He'd be like, "Yeah, you know what I'm talking about." It's just that's reminding me of Ken.
But so actually,
books.
the place that I went to, they started. It's one of the founding places where they found AA and NA.
Oh.
So it was very spiritual. It was in this big plot of land,
Wow.
and it's like super farmhouse style,
Cool.
all walks of life.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, it was just this very intense. It was a good program. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? It's funny because there's a lot of people that was like me up there, like just on Adderall and Vyvanse and just trying to fucking get it.
Yeah.
What's the problem here?
Yeah, yeah,
I'm
yeah.
just trying to make a living.
Yeah, yeah.
But man, like, and these other people super successful,
Yeah.
like CEOs
Yep.
and like they're over there just like I still don't see the problem. You know what
yeah,
I mean?
yeah, exactly.
But
I
it's
know.
really it's not even like the Adderall, you know what I mean, and all that stuff. It's the abusing it.
Yeah.
You know, when you start to use it, that's not for attention and more on the stimulation part.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I sort of came to understand about my problem. You know,
It's like, oh, okay, I gotta stop. This
Yeah.
is not like.
I don't, yeah, a constant
I'm looking at it
stimulation
differently,
to stay up.
Yes.
And
Right.
like I literally, right after Hapa, like when we were running Hapa, the food truck, right? So we would do lunch. So I usually get up around 9, do lunch from 11 to 2:30. Then I would do dinner service all the way till about 9 to 10 p.m.
Get out.
Open the door. Wow, he almost got it.
You know, from 9 to 10 p.m. And I would go to upstate New York where we were going to do the butcher shop.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I would help the construction till maybe 3 to 4 in the morning.
And then do dinner?
And then,
Till 3 in the morning?
yeah, till 3 in the morning. And then I would go back home just to rest for another 4 or 5 hours. But you can see I'm just fucking, some days I would do 2-3 days staying up. Like, it was bad. It was
Yeah.
bad. I don't even know for what, but yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like so crazy. Like I just felt like, you know, I was never giving my all. You know, and that's where you sort of have to understand yourself. You know
Yeah,
what I mean? Like,
exactly,
You
yeah.
have to be patient with you. You gotta
And be
quiet
nice
your
to
mind.
yourself,
You gotta
yeah.
quiet. You have to be nice to you.
Yeah.
You have to be nice to yourself.
But I like the quiet the mind thing too because it's so important. I feel like, and you know, everybody always says, "Oh, it's so hard to meditate." You don't have to sit up. You could lay down if you want to. Don't. I feel like the way meditation is taught is horrible.
Yeah.
And you know you're gonna hear thoughts. It's
Yeah.
not. That's not the thing that's being trying to taught. It's trying to quiet the mind. So maybe the first second you're gonna focus on just your breath, and that's all you can do.
Yeah.
And then the thoughts are gonna come in.
Yeah.
But that's okay. You just practiced.
Yeah.
Now the next day it's going to be more and more
Yeah.
and more. It takes time.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. And I
know?
think also like meditating, the stigma of it, like you have to have this room
Yeah,
and
and this holy
and this
place. It's like, no, dude, I'll lay down in my car and just put
yeah.
on some hertz music,
Yeah.
some frequency music,
Yeah. Dude,
and
exactly.
go to a theta state of mind.
Yep.
And just, you know, you almost feel like you're napping, but you're not.
Yeah, absolutely.
You
And
know?
for me, the one thing with one trick that I have that I always think is again Marcus Aurelius. Even though like the label of his book is Meditations, but he talks about his entire life and all the struggles that he's gone through.
Right.
So for me, every time I start, my mind starts to get noisy.
Yes.
I think about the book equals I think about him
Yeah.
and what he's gone through.
Yeah.
And really just like, hey,
So would you say that's one of your books that you would recommend someone?
absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Sounds
I
like it.
suggest two things, two books first to get on the right sort of the right mentality, right? It's The Richest Man in Babylon and Kawasaki's
Get Rich.
Get Rich.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rich Dad Poor Dad.
Rich Dad Poor Dad.
Yeah.
Those two to start sort of your mindset
Yeah.
of like how the world works.
How finance works, how money works.
Absolutely.
Why is it like the way it is?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I know. He's very good, Kiyosaki, at
Yep.
helping someone who, because we're all in. If you grew, for example, if you grew up in the United States, I can guarantee you, if public education system and I'm sure private, they don't teach you about finance.
No. The real finance.
And there's a reason why.
Yeah, absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
Kiyosaki is very good. I agree with that. And then what's the current book you're reading?
Right now, I'm finishing Ray Dalio's book, which is he's one of the biggest hedge fund owners. He's actually based out of Westport, Connecticut. It's
Wow.
called Principles.
He's from Westport. He's living in Westport.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So it's called. He owns Bridgewater Associates, which is the second biggest hedge fund right now. It's called Principles. So he basically breaks down how you should be looking at life at a molecular level, and that when you think this way,
I like that. This is how I'm trying to think.
Yeah.
More.
so everything
Because it is.
can be influenced. Like on a molecular level, everything can be sort of influenced. You just have to know what influences it on a molecular level to make things. So even breaks down human beings and the pattern of our thinking, and like so very good book. Art of War obviously is very good as well.
Yes.
Especially
Yes.
for
Art of
business.
War. Love it.
And meditations.
Cool.
Those are definitely the 5 books for
love
me
it.
that put me where I'm at right now.
Yeah.
You know, now I'm such a good. Now my time's so organized. You know what I mean. I watch out where I deplete my energy. You know,
You can sense like now better situations or people. I feel like
absolutely.
too.
Absolutely.
or business endeavors that you're gonna be like, oh no.
Yeah, no, 100%.
Yeah.
What else? Yeah, those 5 books I definitely wanted to share.
Yeah.
In regards to, where, when you want to start a business, where you want to, to understand all these things. Now it's like, I feel like it's sort of necessary when you create your plan to have these types of mindset.
Yeah. No, I love it. I think it encompasses everything because, people and not just entrepreneurs, I'm talking just even 9 to 5, just people, they forget how important they are.
Yeah.
And the meditation is a part of the not just the physical health, but the mental and emotional even. Mm-hmm. It helps with everything. It helps with everything.
And always remember too, we're human beings. There's always bad things gonna happen.
Yes, exactly.
Always. There's no avoiding it.
Yeah.
It's just part of life. That's how we learn. That's how we become better people.
How you cope with it though is that's
100%.
That's the best way. Rocky. It's not about how many times you can get hit, but how many times you can keep getting up. That's how winning's done. Also, the last thing we'll leave on, not that because that'd be horrible for the viewers.
Yeah.
What's some advice you'd give a young you out there?
Patience. You
jumped up to me.
Well, you know what? It's patience with yourself. Patience with yourself, but take. Oh,
Hey. He wants to close out the show. You can chill up here with us.
Patience with yourself, and don't think too much about what other people sort of think. Like even family.
Yeah.
Your journey's your journey. And that's it. That's it starts there. Yeah.
No, I actually like him on the table to close out. I think it's awesome. He's so cute.
He's so cute.
He is. It's ridiculous.
No, for sure. He's helped me a lot.
Yeah.
He's helping me right now.
He's helping me right now too. Yeah. Knock that over. Throw it at Renee.
Yeah, throw it at Renee.
I love it, dude. Thanks for coming on, bro.
Absolutely.
This was awesome.
No,
I loved it.
No, thank you,
guys, where can people find you?
Social media.
Social media.
Yeah, social media.
Not your address. What's your social security?
I don't think I want to be found.
If there's anybody who wants to do business with you or
Oh yeah. So right now, Cultura Capital is our Instagram. We have our site coming up soon. What else? Just start there.
Cool.
Yeah, or just ask you.
Yeah, exactly. Come to me. Guys, as always, thanks for joining us. We love you. Keep commenting, liking, subscribing. It's the holiday season. Merch is available. www.downtimetv.com. As you can see, I'm wearing a very nice Champion Downtime TV jacket. It's
pretty
pink.
fire.
Comes in black as well. Keeps you warm.
Water resistant.
Yeah. And there's a bunch of stuff on there as well. But
yeah,
Chris, again, thanks for coming. Bodie, thanks for coming as well. Shaking your tushy at the camera.
Yeah.
And we'll see you next time.
Hey guys, Tony here from Downtime TV checking in. I want to thank all our fans out there who's been liking, subscribing, sharing our content. You guys are the best. You guys are our bloodline. You make us love what we do. Thanks again.